Alright, on to stage 4 of special event Red-Tailed Beast. Here we go. Proving ground. Alright, and we're in Japan for stage 4 at Suzuka, of course. Fastest lap at Suzuka. That's 1 for the scrapbook. Make it count. No damage, still continuing on, looks like. Once again, 4 goals. We're starting off with the fastest lap. Avoid damage and stay on track, so no off track. And yeah, keep it clean. With all the upgrades that we need for this event, this should be pretty trouble-free. So this is all prior to starting the lap, so that last chicane, how you exit kind of sets the pace for the starting lap here. So good to make it count, although we kind of max out with about 233 kph looks like. Alright, and if I remember, I didn't quite get to the P1 when I got through this attempt in terms of race ranking, but that's because we're starting in rolling start. So fastest lap, the P1 obviously started lap earlier than we even crossed that finish line to start our lap to count. So don't worry about like trying to get to the P1. If you just keep it clean and do your normal racing, that should be enough. Because if I remember correctly, I think in terms of like coming in rank, I think I did come in like maybe like 3rd or 4th on my other account, but that was, I still set the fastest lap. In fact, I think they will post the time that the fastest P1 is posting when we get to that point. But looks like I'm already in P3, or maybe I could get to the lead. I don't need to, it makes no difference. But yeah, I think they're gonna give us a timer. Whoa, but we don't want damage. So we're in P2, but if you check the time, yeah, 2:06. That's way slower than what we were doing. Like 14 seconds slower. So yeah, so you don't have to necessarily come in finish the lap in P1 is what I'm trying to say. So there you go. Solid start for the new stage. Unlike the last stage where we were struggling a bit for because, you know, not necessarily because it was getting difficult, but because I was just messing around. All right, 1 goal done. 3 more to go here. And this is gonna be an average speed challenge. No off track, no damage. 173.8 kph is the target speed to hit. And they don't care what which place we finish in. So you can always turn around, go backwards, come backwards, forward if you need to. But of course, that's also not necessary either. So let's see, what was the number again? I'm terrible at memorizing numbers. It was on like 170? 174-ish. And you have to make sure we stay on track and avoid crash. Seems straightforward enough, right? go, undercut. But I think they have a higher top speed than I do, so I'm not going to be able to necessarily maintain the lead if I don't block them. So here we go, some slower cars in the grid. And we need to get past them in order to maintain our speed. 174-ish, right, is the target that we have to maintain. There we go. Beautiful. We got some buffer, which is going to be important because obviously the final chicane we're going to lose a little bit of speed. But looks like we're going to be coming in on P3. Very conservative here because I don't want to lose it by going off track. Yeah. All right. 180. 183 and change was the average speed that I posted at the end of that lap. 2 minutes 11 seconds and change. All right, 400 fame points. I don't think I'm going to get to quite level up in this event because the fame points that we're getting are pretty dismal here. All right, that is good enough for goal 2, right? And on to, okay, we got some messages. Something's wrong with tire grip. Hold your ground. So we have to put up with losing grip. Okay, finish in top 5 while maintaining or managing tire wear. Avoiding overtakes or damage. All right, so I think they mean don't get overtaken. Right, because we still have to get up to P5. I think that's what they said, right? So we're starting in P9, right? Finish in top 5. Okay, yeah. So we have to make overtakes. We just cannot allow being overtaken. And that's a twin turbo, isn't it? So we got better acceleration, but they have a higher top speed. So yeah, you can see Singh catching up behind me pretty quickly. Try not to skid since that will deteriorate our grip even faster. Obviously, stay on tarmac. And also no damage. So we don't want to crash into anybody. P7. Ugh, that was a little rough there. Thought I could push, but apparently no. Alright. Okay, so looks like grid is bunching up a little bit. Are we okay to go off track at least a little bit then? Or did they say anything about... Oh, I guess they don't care about going off track. Well, that changes the race quite a bit because we can always cut through that final chicane. If necessary. And it may come down to it being necessary at this pace because... except this guy's stuck behind Quattro B2. Thank you. Alright, so we're in P5. Okay, so maybe we're good then. I don't need to make any more overtakes. I just need to avoid getting overtaken. which I think I can manage. And as long as this Quattro decides not to slack too much, there we go. All right. P5 they requested, P5 we deliver. All right. Yeah, nice having some Quattro B2 sprinkled in the grid. You know, causing a bit of a bottleneck for the bots, so we can make those overtakes easier. All right, so goal 3 complete. Down to 1 goal left in this stage. 1 step closer to the final round. I'm flying now, don't forget to land. All right, final goal, finish top 3 while hitting speed target of 140 miles per hour or 225.3 kph 8 times. No off track, no damaging. All right, so more numbers to remember. We got 2 laps though. And PR requirement, 55.1. That's not a bump, but of course we don't have to worry about that now. So 225, how many times? Oh, we just have to hit it once. Or 8 times, never mind. I don't think we're gonna get it here. However, we should be able to do it here. Right, the pit straight. This is one of the longer straights here at Suzuka Grand Prix. Could we get 2? Could we get 3? No, I didn't think I slowed down enough to get the 3rd instance. But it's okay, we'll use this opportunity for climbing up the ranks. With a normal grip, I should be able to take this flat out. Yep. I was hoping to get 1 more instance of top speed, but that was not meant to be. All right. 225.3. Right. And we know we're not going to get it on the first corner. Or first, the final chicane, I should say. Heading in, but down the main straight. Twice. Can we do 1 more? We sure can. There we go. Better pace than last attempt. At least I feel like it. Oh, that's not ideal. And I was trying to push here, but maybe that's not the spot. It's so tempting when you're so close, you know? But we only need to hit 8 times, and we already hit 3 in the first lap. We got 2 laps. Should be able to squeeze in like 2 or 3 more instances in this lap alone. So, and we're already in P4. So, long story short, I don't think we need to push that hard. Oh, we didn't quite hit that speed. Once again, the gravity we couldn't overcome. How about drafting? 223, and there we go. Alright, there's one more. And then... Alright, so we got a push. No help from you guys. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Maybe we can finish P2, huh? Or even P1. Should we go for the win? Now let's give it a go. You only need to finish top 3. But I think, yeah, we're gonna get we'll take the victory. If you're letting me just grab it. Alright, so there you go. The spots that you can hit the top speed. Not here. I mean, if I can still see it being feasible spot, but no reason to push that hard there. There are easier spots sprinkled, you know, all around the circuit, so no reason to overdo it in one spot. I'm surprised it didn't happen here. It just taps out at 223. It's like right at under the number that I need. But somehow on this back straight, the gravity apparently is on our side. It's not downhill here. At least I don't think so. Because, yeah. Anyway, we're kind of blowing out our competition. Can we at least get a glimpse of where you guys are at? Kind of. Maybe. There we go. Slowly crawl across that finish line. Alright, 1,000 victory points. Victory points? Fame points. Was it 1,000? Right? Yeah. Alright. It's like 200 per lap, right? And that does it for our stint here in Japan for this event. So now, with the final goal of stage 4 complete, it's time for rewards. Alright. So let's see, was it 20 gold on this one or 15? I cannot remember. 15. Right. And 1,500 victory points and 65,000 racing dollars. And that's gonna get us to the instant service sale or offer, and then some, because we're right underneath that reward. Come on. All right, Conquered Suzuka. Yes, that's a proper run. Let's keep the momentum going. Well, that momentum will have to continue in the next video. So we'll continue on to the final stage in the next video coming right up. So stay tuned and we'll see you guys in the final stage.